Hi, my name's Mrs. Schofield. Some kids call me Miss S, and either way is fine. I'm one of the behavior specialists for Springfield City Schools, and today I'm going to talk to you about self-awareness. If we were together, and I wish we could be, because I'm kind of new at making these videos and I enjoy being would so much enjoy being with you kids. So, but we're going to make the best of this situation. So, if I ask you what self-awareness is, um, it means self, and aware means knowing. So, in other words, like I am aware that the sun is shining today, or I know that the sun is shining today. So, it's just being aware of something. In this case, being self aware, being aware of yourself. And the first aspect that we're going to talk about as far as being self aware is emotions, being aware of your emotions. We all have them, and emotions are good things. It's important when you have feelings to not let them all build up inside, because we all know that when we do that, it's kind of like if you put more and more and more air into a balloon, it will eventually pop. So it's important to find somebody to share your emotions with, to be able to talk to somebody that you trust, maybe a teacher, maybe a counselor, maybe a parent, a grandparent, a neighbor, somebody that you feel comfortable with. Talk to them about your emotions and how you feel. Um, let's use the emotion of anger. Like I said, all of your emotions are valid. We all are all entitled to them. The important thing is what we do with those emotions. So let's say that you feel really angry, and it's not appropriate to go up to somebody and scream at them or yell at them or hit them or push them, or talk about them behind their back. It's important to be able to go up to them and say, I'm angry with you. It's important to use what we call an I statement. That means we're taking responsibility for our feelings. So instead of going up and saying, you make me so mad, if we say, I feel angry because you ignored me today at lunch. So sharing your feelings using the I statement makes you take responsibility for your emotions, and that's important. Again, you can always ask a trusted person to help you with those feelings if you're struggling. It's also important to remember or understand what triggers us, what causes some emotions to come up. Maybe there's another student or another person that whenever you see them, you just find yourself being really angry. And maybe it's because of something that happened in the past that you were never able to really talk through with them or work through. So you just get really upset. So knowing what triggers us is important, because when we know that it does, then, for example, we might just avoid that person and not even sit at their table at lunch. That way, if they ignore us, it won't really matter because we're not even sitting close to them. So it's also kind of about making choices. So you can also walk away if somebody gets really angry with you. And like I said, ask for help. The next aspect that I want to talk about as far as self-awareness is concerned is knowing who you are. Thinking about things that you know about yourself, like strengths. If I ask you to tell me what 3 strengths you have, what would you say? Think about that for a minute. I know if somebody asked me, I would say I'm a pretty good gardener. I love to go out in the yard and dig holes in the ground and plant things and nurture them and take care of them and see them grow. And in the spring, I like to go out when the buds first appear. I just enjoy gardening a lot. I also have 2 children, both of whom are grown, um, but I'm really proud of them and I'm glad to be their mom. And I think that I'm a pretty good mom. So, and the third thing I would say about myself is that, as far as strengths go, is that I have 3 dogs. And I think I'm pretty good with my dogs. I walk them, I play with them, I take care of them. So I think I'm pretty good with my dogs. So that would be 3 strengths I would share with you. So, and what if I ask you to give me a couple of things that you're not so good at? What would that be? Um, for me, it would be technology, would be the very first thing that I would say because I'm not as good with technology. But again, just as I mentioned to you a little earlier, asking for help is important. I've reached out to members of my team and they've been able to help me. I've reached out to a friend who readily helps me. And so I'm learning and I'm able to get through it. So rather than just say, well, I can't do that. And maybe I can't figure it out by myself, but I'm able to ask other people for help, and that's important. So also with self-awareness is thinking about what are some of your favorite things to do and what are some things that you don't enjoy doing as much. Just asking yourself questions like that about who you are helps you become more self-aware. And feeling good about, because I want all of you to feel good about who you are. We're all special. We have different qualities. Um, and I want you to think about the strengths that you have and feel good about them and keep working on those to be even better. I know I keep reading about more gardening tips, or I reach out to my kids to try to be a better mom, or with my dogs. So it's important that what we feel that we're already good at, that we keep working toward, and then those things, like I said, that we're not so good at, which, like I said, for me would be technology. Keep learning, keep trying to get better at that. The more self-aware we are, the more we can have a better life. So that's important. And then an example, let me give you an example. Let's say that we have an SUV and we know that an SUV is good vehicle for a family to have because it can seat a lot of people. It can carry a lot of things. So if you go to the grocery store or another store, you can bring a lot of things home in an SUV. And then let's say we have a race car. And a race car is really good about going around and around and around the track real fast and winning races. But it's small. And so it wouldn't be a race car for a family to have, wouldn't be very good because you could only get 1, maybe 2 people in it at a time. And you certainly couldn't go to the store and bring anything home. And you don't need to go fast on the streets or the roads because you don't want to go over the speed limit. So having a race car as the family vehicle wouldn't be a good idea. And likewise, with an SUV, it probably wouldn't do real well racing around the racetrack because it's not meant to go fast. It's not meant to take those curves fast. So again, that's just an example of the SUV and the race car both have value. They both have good qualities. But it's just important to recognize that we all do. And we're not all the same, and that's okay. Um, and the last thing that I'd like to talk to you about is realizing how becoming self-aware and how our behavior affects other people. Again, if you're really angry with somebody and you scream at them, they might cry or they might get real upset or they might not understand why did you do that. And it might cause them their whole day to just not be as good of a day as it might have been. So it's so important that we develop an ability to realize how our emotions affect other people. And if we realize that what we say and do is affecting somebody else in a negative way, it's important to be able to um, work on that and make that better so that we can be kind, so that we can add some positive things to other people's days every day. So I hope that you will set your expectations high for yourself, that you will want to be the very best person you can be, that you will complete your assignments. And if you're having trouble with a particular school assignment, reach out to your teacher, reach out to a parent, grandparent, somebody at home that can help you with that. And please know that if I can do anything to help you at all, to please let me know. Again, my name's Ms. Schofield, and I'm one of the behavior specialists here at Springfield City Schools. And I will be talking to you again soon, and I'm so grateful that we were able to have this time together. So be kind, become self-aware, feel good about yourself, and continue to work on the things that maybe you're not quite so good at. Thank you for your time today.